CMIC Chicago Laboratory is a GLP-compliant bioanalytical test site, leveraging more than 35 years of scientific expertise to provide exceptional quality and service. To meet the growing demand, we have expanded the Chicago site laboratory in 2017 to 27,000 square feet. It is conveniently located just 25 minutes from the Chicago O'Hare International Airport. Under the umbrella of a large healthcare company, we have the resources and global network of a multinational corporation and the agility of a mid-size CRO. Our bioanalysis services include preclinical and clinical stage testing for small molecule, large molecule, biomarkers, and oligonucleotide drugs.
So today, I would like to give you a quick lab tour, walk you through how we store our study samples, how we process our study samples through different technologies, as well as how we analyze study samples for GLP compliant preclinical studies as well as clinical studies. So please follow me. So this is one of our state-of-art LC-MS testing laboratory. The lab has been utilized in testing small molecule oligo-driven type of study samples. Our service including method development work, method validation work, as well as study sample analysis. What you look at here is the most state-of-the-art instrumentations using tandem mass spec technology, as well as some standalone HPLC chromatography technologies for different variety analytical testing purpose. Entire lab is positioned for GLP compliant purpose. Every single instrument here is undergo qualification process, calibration, and PM process. Our analysts are fully trained in lab operations as well as instrumentation utilization. With the speedy sample analysis needs, our scientists was able to set up method very quickly, fully validate the method in terms of meeting different regulatory purpose, as well as analyzing study samples, and report the result back to our sponsors within very quick turnaround time. So please follow me to the sample storage area. So this is our study sample storage area. We have multiple sample storage conditions available, including some deep freezers, medical freezers, as well as refrigerators. Once the study samples are coming into our facility, they will be stored appropriately in different storage conditions. Most of the freezers here are fully qualified IQ/OQ'd, and then also mapped to make sure temperature within each freezer is homogeneous. Our sample storage units are also fully monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Each freezer is closely managed and monitored through REAS system, and we also have dedicated team of scientists assigned to take appropriate actions if there is any emergency situation occurs. Let me introduce some of our sample management team members to you.
So we receive all the sample over here, and we open the sample here, and then since you see over here we have a 2 bench, and all the sample checked in by like two sample management team member. And once we check in the sample, we have all the -80, -20 room temperature and a 5-degree storage unit over here. All the units are locked and key, so we pretty much keep all of our sample over here, and only sample management team member have access to it. Whenever analyst needs a sample, they made a request through the LIMS system, and we receive an email, and then we pull out the sample for them, and we perform like hand-to-hand delivery over here. So analysts come here, we give them a sample, and once they are done with the analysis, they return the sample over here. Again, it's a hand-to-hand delivery, and then we store the sample back to the storage unit. And all this event recorded by the LIMS system. As you see here, we have a reach system for the temperature monitoring part, and as you see, all the green dot that means it's in the proper temperature range. Whenever it goes out of range, we receive a phone call to the reach system, and pretty much we take the appropriate action after that. I'm the primary person. There are like 2 more backup personnel who receive the phone call if I don't answer it, and it's keep going until someone answers the phone call.
All of our analytical samples are stored in these qualified storage units, which are locked with a key. With the only access that people have are the sample management team. So all of these freezers are locked like this, and we have all our samples inside.
Welcome to our PD Biomarker Lab. With this capacity, we were able to offer bioethical testing in support of PK/PD studies, ELISA assays, ECL assays, cell-based assays, and also recently we have introduced our new gyro testing capabilities. We do varieties of bioethical testings, including assay development work, assay validation, qualification, as well as study sample analysis, both for PK/PD and biomarker studies. As Bioethical Lab, one of the key elements is to be able to provide high quality data with rapid data turnaround for our sponsors. So with our high throughput liquid handler, we'll be able to analyze large batch of samples with very rapid data turnaround, including some bioequivalent studies. So what we are looking at here is our Bioethical Extraction Lab. Majority of our study samples, including animal samples, including human patient samples, will be cleaned up and extracted prior to study sample analysis. We have a lot of different technologies, equipments that enable us to do a quick and clean sample processing. Here is our backup generators. As Bioethical Lab, sample storage condition is extremely critical for us. So we have introduced 2 very large capacity backup generators, which enable us to support appropriate sample storage for a long period of time.